Hello everyone, this is Jim Okerzinski with your week 5 lecture video. So in this week's video I'm going to talk about the drafting and peer process we just completed, give you an idea of about essay assessment process and timeline, and then we're going to dive into our second unit and talk about blue collar brilliance and the importance of beginning the unit on a good note there. It's a critical first step in reading that particular article so you can prepare to write that summary essay, which is our assignment for Essay 2. So first I want to talk a little bit about the drafting and peer process. Now that we've kind of worked through it, I think everybody can now understand the timeline in the process, the importance of drafting, putting up that first draft and that peer review report, and writing that report where you get a chance to help direct your classmates in writing a peer review on your draft. That report is critical. If you've just written a peer review and you have responded only to my questions and you didn't engage with the actual report, that pretty much defeats the process and the purpose behind writing the report. You have to be able to engage in that. So if I say you did not engage with the writer and you lost some points, that's the reason why. I mean, that's why we write the report. To blow that off and just go to answer 3 questions and provide some 2 or 3 things for the writer to look at is just not really taking advantage of the process. So for those of you who posted late or came late to the party on this, you can see that there was an advantage to posting early. I can't tell you how many emails I received from everybody. Nobody's posting in my group. Who do I review? The idea here is, folks, that essay assignment's been on the schedule since day 1. You know an essay is coming up. For example, in the unit number 1, discussion board number 4 dealt with topics. You should have been working on topics. You reviewed an example. If you've done the work, you should be familiar with what we're looking for a particular essay assignment and start working on everything a bit early so you can post it, provide your report, get feedback. Everybody benefits. Quality happens. You know, I say all the time in my workplace writing class, garbage in, garbage out. So the idea here is that you can work and provide some feedback and information for your classmates. Now let's get into essay assessment. What I've done already for this particular assignment is the morning after an essay is due, I go through all the submissions and I make sure I can view all the Google Drive links. Okay, so if you uploaded a document and you got a 0, I'm looking for a Google Doc link. It says all over the place about Google Doc links. That doesn't say anything about uploading a Word doc, PDF, or any other form of a document. That's what I'm looking for. I follow that form and I will comment in the Google Drive folder, right? I go through. If there's a problem, I let you know. There's always a comment. If I've taken action, please read your comments. If you have not uploaded your final draft, I provide you with a 0. I do this because sometimes if I don't take action, that final essay assignment is out of mind. Students who maybe have been working or slipped their mind there think that if it's hanging open, they're still okay. No. If you didn't upload by 11:59 last night, you are late. And I put the 0 in there as a reminder. Yes, I do take late submissions. According to the syllabus, that is good for 2 weeks. And remember, I always have the option to take a 10% penalty. On a 150-point essay, that is 15 points. I think everybody can do the math there. All right, so that is the process and the timeline. I will review and comment in your draft. Now I have about 100 literacy narratives to review. This is going to take some time, even if I do 10 a day, which is pretty steep. It's going to take me a minimum of 10 days to get to all the sections that I have at this time. So be patient. I will get to your essay as soon as possible. So, and moving on now to our unit number 2, course units. Let's get to unit 2, the summary unit. All right, so we all know that the copy of Blue Collar Brilliance is right up here, and you can open that up and take a look at it. We have the Ret Comp Warrior textbook here. Let's see if we can get into that pretty quickly. Sometimes I think Google and also my internet service is moving along a little bit slow, and you're going to want to get into chapter 3, our summary chapter. To begin with, at this particular point, let me get to chapter 3. You're going to want to look at the section and read the overview and some questions to consider about blue collar brilliance. It's a rather interesting article about blue collar work and some of the processes that are embedded in routine work, some things we look at. But it's an interesting piece, and it is the subject of the summary essay assignment. So, and the discussion boards, you're going to want to be sure that you're able to get through this reading. And I say here, point blank, that it is important that everyone read with purpose, take notes. If you print a copy, you can annotate. That's great. If you're not going to print a copy, you're just going to read the PDF on our screen, because many of us are working with screens. You need to have a pad or a notebook to write some notes down. So I say here for the instructions, after your first reading of Blue Collar Brilliance, I'm looking for Rose's argument. Okay? What is his argument? Be direct. Don't tell me all about the reading. He talks about Rosie and his mom and his Uncle Joe. Yeah, that's all part of it, but I'm looking for you to identify his argument. While on the surface I say it may appear to be the value of blue collar work, but Rose embeds his argument within the context of the main characters of the article. Okay? What would you say is Rose's argument? Who or what does Rose use to support that argument? Okay? Want the how and the why. What is Rose's purpose for studying and then writing about blue collar work? So once again, we're looking at purpose. What is his argument? Who might even be the audience for writing Blue Collar Brilliance? So I'm looking for a significant post here. Now, we finished up the first unit. All right, we finished up the first unit, and everybody's used to discussion boards and posts and responses. Always on every discussion board post, unless it's a split thread, you have 2 responses by the dates indicated in the schedule. So the idea here is that everybody should, excuse me, everybody should be aware that you need 2 responses. Sometimes you might need to let the board develop a little bit. However, you're going to want to make sure you get those in before I go to grade. So once again, Blue Collar Brilliance PDF is here, located in the course unit. This is the idea behind the textbook. You're going to read some of my overview here about that particular piece. We are working with Blue Collar Brilliance for this week and also again next week, so you'll get another read on that. I believe that's all I have for this week's lecture video. If you have any questions, please send me an email. Look at grading, look at my comments, and we can move on from there. All right, have a good weekend. Look for Sunday's screencast videos. Good luck.